Hey everyone, What If Fan here, bringing you another exciting part of What If Dragon deck user in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. You can find the fanfic title and the original author's name on my Patreon page. Make sure to check it out and show them some love. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Also check out my Patreon channel for early releases of all the series, where you can find all the series released one day ahead of YouTube. Alright, let's jump into it. Chapter 26, Barian Invasion. It was a few hours after Penelope's duel with Yuma and she had gone to spend time with Tori, Kathy, Jen and Summer while Timmy was spending time with Anna and her family. Timmy was busy sitting with Anna. After the strong impression he had left for Mrs. Kazuki and the World Duel Carnival, Anna's family welcomed him in while telling him to take good care of Anna, which he promises. Also that they were astonished to learn that his parents killed his grandmother for her wealth despite already being filthy stinkin' rich, and promises he won't go through it again. From that Mrs. Kazuki had sold her jewelry, and expensive stuff which made some good money. This character development stunned her family, but Timmy does look happy to see she changed from hearing his story. So with that, and Timmy's help by giving some wealth towards the Kazukis, in one big paycheck, they all are no longer struggling to get by without money being wasted on shopping. Alan himself gave a stern big talk to Timmy like a worried caring brother he was, and probably intimidated the young man for probably an hour, but later he treated Timmy like an old friend with a grin. So needless to say, thanks to him the Kazukis are living better with Anna coming back to live with them, much to their happiness. But they also moved to a bigger, better house for them to spend their lives together, equipped with a garage for Anna's rocket, and whatever Alan is working on, which Timmy sees are roller skates that seem to be different than the usual pair he's familiar with. So right now Timmy and Anna were sitting together for some affection which Timmy was happy to give out. "I really do love you, you know? My train queen." Timmy was also trying to flirt Anna despite it not being one of his strong skills. She rolled her eyes but chuckled, hugging him. "I love you too, but don't try the cutesy nicknames, you're not good at it. Just keep being your amazing self, alright?" Timmy chuckled from that, hugging close to her. "Hey, I gotta try, right? Gotta try getting bolder since you're trying to help me get over my personality I gotten from those people." He does remember how nervous and skittish he was before when he met Anna, and slowly from spending time with her he starts to let it go, and ultimately after letting free all of his feelings and burdens to both Dextra and VTR Byron, along with being adopted by Dr. Faker, he fully embraced his former personality, which Anna feels that he is perhaps too good for her but is proud to be his girlfriend. "I suppose," she teased before smiling and kissing his forehead. "Timmy?" Timmy looked over to her. She just smiled. "I love you." Timmy softly chuckled from this. "I love you too, Anna. I think today will be a good day. Should I interest you in a shopping spree?" Lately he had been using his money to take Anna out on shopping treats that lots of girls done, but Anna barely does it, and he wants her to be a happy girl, which he spoils her using shopping trips as an excuse to treat her like a queen, which although she appreciates finds it too much. "I'm okay," Anna mentioned. "You can go though." "Anna, Timmy, come down here," they hear Alan's voice coming from downstairs. Confused, they both walked down. "What is it, Alan?" Anna asked. Alan held up a dress fit for her size that's red. "Who can tell me why this was here for you in mail?" Quickly realizing, she turned over to her boyfriend, who was looking away, whistling sheepishly. "Timmy," she asked him, "what did you do?" "I got that for you," Timmy admitted over. Anna sighed before gently shaking her head as she smiled. "You need to stop spoiling me. It's sweet, but you've doing a little too much." "Yeah. You told over to Mom that her spending habits are much, and you are doing it yourself." Alan agreed over. "You love Sis that much is certain, but you need to give her some space. Jewelry doesn't really work on her anyway." Anna looked over with a look which she sweat dropped. I don't mean that. You're good yourself without all the bling is what I mean." "Right." She nodded before pausing. "Why don't you go and see Yuma, Timmy?" He looked over to her, hearing that. "I can't explain it, but I have a feeling you should go and see him." Anna mentioned, kissing his forehead again. Plus, there's someone I wanted to talk to myself. See you later? Timmy smiled over before nodding. Okay, Anna. I'll be back later tonight. Sounds perfect, she smiled, grabbing her rocket and jumping on before blasting off into the sky. Timmy, before heading out, looked over towards Alan. Who do you think she wants to talk to? Girl stuff probably, he shrugged. Timmy shrugged before looking at his watch. Well, I'll be off to Yuma's place, Alan. See you soon. See you. Alan smiled. With that, Timmy walks off for the Tsukumo residence, but along the way starts to get a bad feeling, not sure what the feeling is about. He shrugged, probably thinking it's only nerves, as he continues his walk, not unaware of the high-stakes battle that is gonna happen sometime later today. Meanwhile, with Anna. She flew around before noticing someone sitting in a park as she landed nearby and walked over. Hi, Dextra? Dextra, who was there waiting, noticed her and smiled over. Good to see you again, Anna. Same, sorry about asking you to come out all of a sudden, but from one girl to another, Timmy's starting to get a bit excessive with his gifts. Is Kite doing the same thing? Anna asked her. Depends on what you mean by excessive. Dextra probably has a good idea over, but wants to hear how much Timmy is spoiling her. Just today a very beautiful looking red dress, yesterday was a fancy dinner for two, the day before was a necklace with rubies and small diamonds. Anna started before sighing. Too much, he's using all his money on me. Well, can you blame him? Before he met you, he never had anyone to use his money on. Dextra shrugged over. His parents forced him to keep it, and try to turn him to themselves while he gives what he has earned to charity when we was living with his grandmother. He's too generous, and doesn't really like money that much, so he's being productive with it. Then help more than just me, it's too much, I heart something, or Yuma. Anna groaned as she put her head in her hands. Not just me, it's too much, Dextra. Have you tried talking with him about it? Dextra moved over, patting a space beside her for her to sit. Anna sighed, sitting down. Meanwhile. Say what? Yuma was talking with his friends when Astral suddenly appeared, and informed him that an envoy from Barian World has arrived, and is on the move for them. Barian, like the one who manipulated Dr. Faker? Flip asked him, since Yuma had told them about what happened. Yeah, that's it. Astral is saying someone from there is here. Probably to try getting the numbers after Timmy foiled that guy's attempts. In the end, he's in grave danger. Caswell realized nervously, over getting worried over the young man. We should do something. Kathy decided to do over towards them. But what can we do? Bronk asked them, worried to where even if his friend is in danger, they don't really have the kind of power needed to battle Barian World. I do know. I was the one who stopped Byron when he became Vetrix. Yuma explained over towards them. I'll face off against whoever Barian sent. Is that a fact? Questioned a male voice. Hearing that, they all quickly turned over. There was a white-haired man smirking. He is also bearing a familiar emblem on his forehead over towards them. Quickly realizing the emblem, Yuma stood up. So you're who Barian sent? It would seem so. Astral frowned. Be cautious, Yuma. Already ahead of ya. Yuma grinned over towards him before readying his duel disc. Okay then, dude, you're ready to duel? Of course, and soon I'll claim your numbers for Barian World. The man called. From there they ready themselves while their power is being sensed at some places. Meanwhile, at the hospital. Shark and Quattro, two hated rivals, not stand civilly in the same room, where Shark's sister, Rio, who is nearly almost fully recovered, lays in bed with a bandage over her eyes, with her vitals stable enough to clear, she'll survive. The two, after Timmy rescued Astral World, and them from whatever the Barian was planning, had managed to get the two to see that each other is not to blame, Quattro for being manipulated by Vetrix on his thoughts for revenge from the Barians, and Shark in his rage for Quattro harming his sister, and ruining his chances to help her back, then Causa being orchestrated by the Barians, now are starting to make amends, and bury the hatchet for their actions. But what they didn't expect is that Rio's vitals are started to beat faster as she started moving, almost like she's panicking. Huh, oh man. Quattro frowned as he quickly stood up. I'll get a doctor. Rio. More focused over this change of events, Shark quickly went over to try keeping her down. Rio. What's wrong? They're here, they're here. Rio's tone also sounds like she's panicking. What do you mean, who's here? Shark asked her as Quattro had run out to find the doctor. Barian. Barian is here. In her desperate panicking state, she tried to explain who was here, which is Barian world. Shark's eyes widened in shock. Barian. Yuma. Noticing something, he looks over, seeing red storm clouds are gathering around the city, mostly focused over one area. If he remembers right, that is where Yuma's house is located at. Shark's eyes widened at that. Damn it, be careful Yuma, things are about to get bad. Timmy himself, while walking, stopped, noticing the storm. Huh, where are they coming from? It's them, Timmy. Looked over, he sees number archive is there. Who's here? The Barians. Barians? Timmy asked, shocked, before looking back. I knew I had a bad feeling. With that, he quickly started running to catch up. Meanwhile. Alright, dual disc go. Dual gazer, let's roll. Yuma readies himself in this match, while the man, Fender, readies also with a smirk, ready to begin the match. Duel. Dueling theme, The Resistance by Skillet. Yuma, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Fender, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Let the duel commence. Alright, who's first? Yuma challenged over at Fender. Be careful, Yuma. Bronk whispered. Fender, first turn. I'll be taking the first move. Fender smirked over. And I'll start with summoning this. My Blast Asmodean. What rose was a small red chubby demon holding two small balls of steel, having fire breathed out. Attack position. Blast Asmodean. Fire. Level 3. Fiend/effect. ATK 1000. Def 300. If any spell or trap cards are chained, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. And as I have summoned a level 3 monster, I can summon Kajamucha Knight from my hand. What rose up beside the fiend was a black phantom wearing bronze armor. Attack position. Kajamucha Knight. Dark. Level 3. Warrior/effect. ATK 0. Def 0. When you normal summon a level 3 monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Cannot be used as synchro material. 2 level 3 monsters, I have a bad feeling. Flip panicked. And now I overlay these two together. With these two monsters, I build the overlay network. The two blowed flying up into the overlay network before exploding over. IXYZ summon. Mech-equipped engineer. What materialized over was a blue mechanical monster shaped as a ship readying itself. Attack position. Mech-equipped engineer. Light. Rank 3. Fairy effect XYZ. ATK 1800. Def 1000. 2 level 3 monsters. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, then target one face-up attack position monster you control. Change it to face-up defense position, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects this turn. Oru, 2. Hold on, that's not a number. Bronk pointed out. Astral's eyes narrowed. Barians can't act using their abilities, including numbers, so they must have underlings like this human to try getting them themselves. Which means Yuma, he's being manipulated by the Barians. So now the way to get him to stop is to beat him. With that decided, Yuma readies a strategy as Fender smirked over. Your move, Shrimp. Fender's hand, 3/field, Mech-equipped engineer, attack position /ORU, 2. Yuma first turn. Okay, my turn. Droll Yuma drew looking at his hand. Hey guys, the ground behind Yuma turned over. Timmy just arrived. What's going on? This guy is working for the Baryons. Flip explained nervously. He just played that thing. Alright, got an idea. Yuma knew a strategy handy. Sometime after Timmy's duel with Kite, they had trained a bit, and Yuma figured some new strategies and combos to try in case Baryon attacks like now, so he's ready to test his new skills. Alright, to start off, I summoned Dodo Dwarf Gagagoblov. A horned helmet warrior rose up, readying itself on the field bearing metal mechanical gloves while having a lion tarp on him. Attack position: Dodo Dwarf Gagagoblov. Earth. Level 4. Warrior/effect. ATK 0. Def 1800. During your main phase, you can special summon one Zubaba or Gagaga monster from your hand. If you control a Gagogo or Dodo monster except Dodo Dwarf Gagagoblov, while this card is in your GY, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Dodo Dwarf Gagagoblov once per turn. Once every turn, if he's in play, I can summon a Zubaba or a Gagaga. The monster meditated as a portal opened in front of him. Come on out, Gagaga Mancer. What rose was a man wielding a staff that has a cross on top, wearing a robe. Attack position: Gagaga Mancer. Dark. Level 4. Spellcaster/effect. ATK 100. Def 100. Once per turn, you can target one Gagaga monster in your graveyard, except Gagaga Mancer, special summon it. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn, except Gagaga monsters. If this card is detached from an XYZ monster and sent to the graveyard to activate that monster's effect, you can target one face-up XYZ monster you control. It gains 500 ATK until the end of this turn. Now that I have them, I can build the overlay network with them both. The two blowed flying up into the overlay network. Fender smirked. Carry hope on white wings. XYZ summon. Come forth, number 39. Messenger of Light. Utopia. From the light emerged Utopia, ready to battle ahead. Attack position: Number 39, Utopia. Light. Rank 4. Warrior effect XYZ. ATK 2500. Def 2000. 2 level 4 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by battle, except with a number monster. When a monster declares an attack, you can detach one material from this card, negate the attack. If this card is targeted for an attack, while it has no material, destroy this card. Oru 2. Utopia, we're saved. Caswell cheered, hugging Flip. Timmy stared over, having some suspicions it isn't gonna be easy. Fender has a monster that's weaker in attack position, and no set cards, but has a smirk like he expected that. He isn't quite sure when he is up to, but can only watch. Alright, Utopia. Yuma's call gets Timmy to look over. Attack Mech-equipped engineer with Rising Sun Slash. Arming itself with its sword, Utopia jumped up, intending to hack away at the XYZ monster. However, Fender revealed why he wasn't worried with a single move. I activate Mech-equipped engineer's special ability. It switches itself to defense position to protect itself from destruction. Engineer takes a unit before changing mode. Mech-equipped engineer. Defense position /ORU, 2-1. The attack landed, but it didn't deal any damage either to Fender or engineer. Not good. Bronk frowned. Yuma frowned himself, setting 2 cards. Alright, I end my turn. Not a bad first turn, but it could have been better. Yuma's hand, 2/field, number 39, Utopia, attack position /ORU, 2 set cards. Yuma, 4000. Hand, 2. Field, number 39, Utopia, attack position /ORU, 2 set cards. Fender, 4000. Hand, 3. Field, Mech-equipped engineer, defense position /ORU, 1. Fender second turn. My turn now. Focused more that Utopia is here, his opponent drew, and smirked. Ah, just what I wanted. The spell, rank up Magic Barion's Force. To the shock of everyone present, the same spell the Barian used on Timmy to evolve Heartred H Dragon is being used against them. Rank up Magic Barion's Force. Normal spell card. Target one face-up XYZ monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck, one number C or CXYZ monster with the same type as that monster you control but one rank higher, by using it as the XYZ material. This special summon is treated as an XYZ summon. XYZ materials attached to it also become XYZ materials on the summoned monster. Then, if possible, detach one XYZ material from a monster your opponent controls and attach it to the summoned monster as an XYZ material. Timmy's eyes widened hearing that. With this, I can evolve Engineer into a chaos monster. Engineer glowed a bright pink, flying into the overlay network. Go Chaos XYZ Evolution. A large gate appeared before the seal is broken, emerging a monster. Rise up CXYZ Mech-equipped Jin and General. What lowered was a blue-purple like battleship with two wings, and glowing pink lines around its body. Attack position. CXYZ Mech-equipped Jin and General. Dark. Rank 5. Fairy Effect XYZ. ATK, 2600. Def, 1600. 3 level 4 monsters. When this card is XYZ summoned, you can target one defense position monster on the field, change that target to face-up attack position. If this card has Mech-equipped Engineer as an XYZ material, it gains this effect. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. Oru, 2. It's stronger than Utopia. Caswell cried in horror. It's fine, Yuma had Utopia's ability. Bronk pointed out. You mean would've. Fender smirked over. Barion's Force allows General to take control of one of your monster's overlay units. One of Utopia's overlay units were snatched over by General. Number 39, Utopia, ORU, 2-1. CXYZ Mech-equipped Jin and General, ORU, 2-3. Timmy frowned seeing that. Yuma. Then I activate the spell Lightning Vortex. Fender added using a spell. Lightning Vortex. Normal spell card. Discard one card, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. By sending one card in my hand to the graveyard, every monster on your field is destroyed. Lightning struck Utopia, destroying it, which Yuma widened his eyes seeing this. And now General attacked now. General charged turrets at Yuma, who quickly called. I play my face down. Half unbreak. Half unbreak. Normal trap card. Target one monster on the field, this turn, that monster cannot be destroyed by battle, also any battle damage you take from attacks involving that monster is halved. This card prevents General from being destroyed this turn. CXYZ Mech-equipped Jin and General cannot be destroyed by battle. Confused Fender looks up towards his protected monster. Why would he use a trap like that on my monster instead of his own? That was a smart move, Yuma. He might not have any monsters, but half unbreak still cuts the damage in half. Caswell pointed out. General fired blasts from the turrets as a barrier defended Yuma, but was still pushed by the force a bit. Yuma, 2700/hand, 2. Clever move, but not clever enough. General's effect activates. Fender raised his arm. At any time it deals damage from battle, it deals you an additional 1000 points. General takes an overlay unit into its turrets. ORU, 3-2, before aiming, and fired, blasting Yuma, knocking him back with a cry. Yuma, 1700/hand, 2. Yuma! Timmy cried seeing that. I'm fine. Quickly getting up with a flip, he grabbed a card. Since I just taken damage, I can use Damage Mage's effect in my hand. I summon her, and regain life points equal to the damage you just dealt. Placing down a card, a blue-robed woman with angel wings rose up before granting light to Yuma. Yuma, 2700/hand, 1. Attack position. Damage Mage. Dark. Level 3. Spellcaster / Effect. ATK, 600. Def, 1200. When you take damage from a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, gain life points equal to the damage you took. Fender growled, seeing this, to where Yuma is counterattacking his attempts. Yuma isn't over yet. Next, I activate the trap card, Opposing Mirrors of the Underworld. A trap showing two mirrors with identical demons emerging with different weapons rows. Opposing Mirrors of the Underworld. Normal trap card. When you take damage from an opponent's attack or card effect, apply this effect based on the type of damage. Battle, special summon one monster from your GY with ATK less than or equal to the damage you took, and if you do, end the battle phase after the damage step. Effect, inflict twice that much damage to your opponent. You can only activate one Opposing Mirrors of the Underworld per turn. Since I took damage, I can dealt twice the amount you just dealt. And General turned around, firing blasts at Fender, who cried out. Fender, 2000/hand, 3, so not only had Yuma prevented a ton of damage, counter and General's effect, he also dealt it back towards Fender only twice as strong. Timmy's eyes widened before he frowned slightly. That would beat Anna in one hit. You brat. Fender growled, placing down a card. Fine though, you get that one, but Magic Cylinder will finish you off. Fender's hand, 2/field, CXYZ Mechquip Jin and General, attack position /ORU, 2, 1 set card. Yuma's second turn. Okay, I draw. Yuma drew, looking over, and activates the spell he drew. Alright, I use XYZ Revenge. A spell that shows of a three-headed dragon emerging from the graveyard portal readying to attack. XYZ Revenge. Normal spell card. If your opponent controls a face-up XYZ monster that has XYZ material, target one XYZ monster in your graveyard. Special summon it, then detach one XYZ material from a monster your opponent controls and attach it to that monster as an XYZ material. You can only activate one XYZ Revenge per turn. So now, Utopia comes back from the graveyard, and takes back the overlay unit you stole. Utopia emerged back as the overlay unit, and General took from Barion's force was returned to Utopia. Number 39, Utopia, ORU, 0-1. CXYZ Mechquip Jin and General, ORU, 2-1. Well, as this is an era where XYZ summoning is all the rage, XYZ Revenge is probably one of the most strongest cards to use to your advantage even against foes like them. Yuma, be cautious, there's no telling what he has planned. Astral warned him. I know. Besides, I got the game changer. Yuma takes the last card in his hand. It's the spell, Utopia Buster. Utopia Buster. Normal spell card. If you control a Utopia monster, destroy the one face-up monster your opponent controls that has the lowest ATK, your choice, if tied. And if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's ATK on the field. Utopia arms itself with a rocket launcher similar to the one shown on the card's artwork. Since I have Utopia in play, I pick a monster on your field with the least attack points. His only monster is that XYZ monster. Bronk realized. And it destroys it, and deals you damage equal to its attack points. Say what? Fender asked, shocked. Alright, Utopia, let him have it. Utopia fired the rocket launcher, blasting and General obliterating it in a big explosion, while Fender yelled out as the Barian emblem shattered from his head, and the skies cleared. Yuma, 2700. Hand, 0. Field, number 39, Utopia, attack position /ORU, 1, damage mage, attack position. Fender, 0000. Hand, 2. Field, 1 set card. Yuma wins. Wow, that was amazing. Timmy smiled. Yuma winked over towards him. I got you, Shark, and Kite to thank for this, Tim. I honestly expected more. Astral admitted over feeling a bit disappointed, and surprised from how weak Fender actually was, expecting him to be stronger. I have a bad feeling, this is just the beginning. Bronk frowned. They were being watched by something as it viewed over toward the Mohawk man. Seeing this, safe to say he was very disappointed. His first person to grant Barian world's power with was this pathetic. Chapter 27, Trip to the Dentist. Devon Knox. A day after that whole situation with Fender in control of Barian is a peaceful day where school is let in. Since Timmy and his brothers don't head to school for reasons, they're free to do what they want to do. As long as they study for things, of course. But Timmy, since he's a natural bookworm, having known lots of stuff from his parents' treatment over him, he doesn't need studying for long, so instead he is spending time with Anna, who, after talking with Dexter about Timmy spending too much for her, is making sure he stops it. And they also remembered something important. They made an appointment. Which is why when Anna checked her calendar, she sees dentist appointment retry was today. They weren't able to do the original due to the circumstances before, but now that things calmed down, they can try again. Do you get scared? Anna asked Timmy as they walked towards the dentist's office. I don't think I asked you that before. Timmy was looking a bit nervous as he gave a slow gulp. Well, yeah, always a worry when a cavity pops up, even if you brush well or floss. I'm sure you'll be okay. Anna smiled gently, giving his hand a light squeeze. Timmy softly smiled back as they walked in as the receptionist looked over. Good morning. What can I do for you? Appointment for Timothy Tenjo? Anna asked. The receptionist checked it over before nodding. The dentist will be with you in a sec. Timmy shivered slightly but nodded as Anna gently took his hand while they sat in the waiting area together. After a minute, she called over. Mr. Tenjo, the dentist will see you now. I'll be right here, Timmy. Anna smiled, kissing him. Timmy nodded before nervously going back to see the dentist. Soon they arrived at an office where a young woman was waiting. You must be Timothy, she smiled. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too. Timmy smiled over nervous. It's okay to be nervous, my name is Dr. Sanders, the dentist smiled. Timmy softly nodded before the asking over to her. So, what do I do? Just sit back and open your mouth wide. Dr. Sanders smiled. He softly nodded, sitting down before opening his mouth as wide as he can slowly. That's good, now I'm going to start by just taking a look. Dr. Sanders mentioned putting a small mirror in his mouth along with a small pick. This is just to see, I promise I won't do anything to hurt you. Timmy gave a small nod, giving the doctor some room to see. You're doing great. Dr. Sanders smiled. He smiled softly before she noticed some workings of a cavity in. Not yet complete, but looks to be almost ready. It looks like you have a cavity, but I should be able to handle it for you, she told him calmly. How bad is it? Anna asked her. Well, not bad yet because I caught it early. Dr. Sanders explained. They nodded as Dr. Sanders got a toll as Timmy opened his mouth again to let her remove it. After his teeth were cleaned. And now you have a clean bill of health. Just keep washing and brushing. Dr. Sanders smiled over, waving to the two. I will, and thank you. Timmy nodded, rubbing his slightly sore mouth. Here. Such a good patient. Dr. Sanders handed a lollipop to him. Huh, won't this give me more cavities? He asked her. How else would I reward a good boy? And only if you don't brush responsibly. Dr. Sanders smiled over. I will, I promise. Timmy mentioned taking it. Thank you. All right, have a nice day, you too. Dr. Sanders said as they nodded, walking out. Well, I haven't been to a dentist in a while. Timmy rubbed his mouth as he said this. Well, it's important. Anna told him as she gently kissed his cheek. He smiled from this as they hold hands together from this before he sighed. Timmy, what is it? Anna asked, seeing that. It's just. I can't believe how everything changed so fast. Timmy admitted to her. Me trapped by my parents one day, and the next here with you, and the Tenjos. I understand. Anna replied, hugging him. But everything's okay now, I promise. Timmy smiled, hugging her back from this before blinking, noticing something. Timmy, she asked, looking over. She sees a jewelry store, and already knew what he was thinking. Did you want to get something for me, or your sister? Anna smiled. You, of course. Timmy smiled over to her, but she soon remembered she had to talk with him to get him to stop spending money for her. He loves to spoil her, but it's getting way too much. Anna frowned. Timmy. How much have you spent on me this month? Timmy turns over to her, confused. I told you, you're spending too much on me and I don't want you spending that much, she told him. But I want to show you how much I love you. Timmy said over to her. You don't have to buy things to show me that, she smiled, embracing him. Just being the kind and sweet boy you are is more than enough. Timmy stared before smiling as he hugged her back softly at that, being pulling away. Then let me at least get you a ring. He ran over to the store as he said that, determined to gift her. Anna sighed at that but just chuckled to herself. Meanwhile, with Kite, Hart, and Penelope. Are you making yourself comfortable? Kite was in the kitchen with the two as he is cooking while his father is busy with some quick work. A little. Penelope admitted, only to frown as she was looking at her number. You can talk to us if something is bothering you, Hart assured her. Hearing that, she looked at him. Can you show me around the city, Hart? Sure. Is that okay, Kite? Hart turned to his brother. As long as you two are careful, and don't listen to strangers. Kite answered that question. We won't. Hart smiled. Come on, Penelope. She nodded, putting her card away as she followed him out of the house. Ma! Master Kite, should I keep an eye on them, just to make sure they stay safe? Orbital asked. See to it that you do, was Kite's simple answer. Of course. Orbital nodded, following the two of them out the front door. He stays behind as he watches them walking while Hart tells her of the things she sees. Penelope nodded, looking around only to see Bronk race by on a skateboard as she flinched slightly. Oh, that's Bronk. Hart realized, seeing him. He must be running late to school. Penelope nodded before they heard someone cry out, followed by a crash and Yuma's pained groans. Yuma! Hart ran off with Penelope behind, and Orbital wheeling behind, arriving where Yuma seemed to be on the ground with someone. Yuma, are you okay? Yeah, think so. Yuma rose up, rubbing his head before looking at the noticed, but Penelope froze, seeing him. Huh, oh man, The man started before his eyes widened. Wait a second, you're Yuma Tsukumo, the winner of the World Duel Carnival. Yuma sees it was a orange-haired boy wearing the same uniform as he has, as Yuma grinned over. Yup, that's me. He then looked at him, confused. And who are you? My name's Ray Shadows, it's a huge honor to meet you, he grinned. Well, nice to meet you too. Yuma grinned before widening his eyes. Oh shoot, I'm gonna run late. Don't worry, I know a shortcut. Come on. Ray takes his wrist, dragging him down. As he ran past, Penelope hid behind Hart. I don't like him. Huh? Why? Hart asked her, confused. He just seems scary, she admitted before frowning. Well, don't worry, you got us here. Hart smiled over to him before then blinking, releasing how close they are as he blushed. You promise? She asked, seeming to not notice how close they were before moving closer. You'll protect me? Yes I will. Hart nodded over as his face heats up more. Thank you, she smiled, hearing that. Penelope? Yes, she asked him. You're getting too close. Hart was blushing a bit as he said this. She blinked but moved back a bit at that. Oh, sorry. It's okay. Hart sighed with a smile before looking at her. But I mean it though. I'll protect you. She smiled. Thank you, big brother. For a small moment he frowned from that, but smiled again before she noticed before offering her a hand. Did I say something wrong? She asked, taking his hand. Are you mad? No, I'm not mad. Hart answered, over which she can see he's telling the truth. She nodded at that. Meanwhile, with Yuma and Ray. Phew! We made it. Ray grinned over opening the door with a tired Yuma beside him. Actually, you two were 10 minutes late, the teacher brought up to them. Where were you? Taking a shortcut. Yuma frowned, glaring at Ray. Your shortcut took longer than just going the normal way. Sorry, thought it would work. Ray admitted, rubbing his head sheepishly. Well, we can still duel Professor Knox, right? Yuma asked hopefully. Week of detention if you think the price was worth it, the teacher voiced over to him. Yuma's eyes widened before turning to glare at Ray. Why did you even let him take you to his Rayway shortcut? Bronk asked over to him now on their lunch break. I was dragged along with him, he just grabbed my wrist and started running. Yuma complained, taking a bite of a rice ball. Honestly, not only do I have detention, but I'm going to miss out on an awesome duel too. Well, I think Devin would agree if you ask him over. Caswell admitted, over shrugging. He is a bit of a nice guy. You think so? Yuma asked, only to pause. Oh, but there was one weird thing. What's that? Torai asked him curiously. While Ray was dragging me off on his shortcut, we had bumped into Hart and Penelope, and I thought she was hiding for some reason. I only saw her move behind him for a second though. Yuma admitted before shaking his head. Well, maybe she's just shy with new people and I have something more important to worry about, getting to duel Devin Knox. Kathy and Tori turned to each other with knowing looks about Penelope over. Oh, did you say you want to duel Devin Knox? Hearing that, they see Ray was nearby looking stoked. Not to worry, Yuma, trust in the Ray way. I'll have him ready to duel ya. He quickly ran off at this. Hey, wait! Yuma cried before frowning. Knowing the Ray way, something bad is going to happen. Meanwhile, nearby, a man having beige hair and wearing a special uniform was in a locker room checking over some things before he smiled, sighing. Oh man, it feels nice to give back for my fans. I wonder who would be coming for me for an autograph this time. Came for you sooner. Turning over, the man saw the big mohawked guy holding up a card as it started glowing violet. That the man stared surprised but soon looks hypnotized. I have a small favor to ask of you, Mr. Knox. Bring me Yuma Tsukumo's number cards, the mohawked guy told him. Yuma Tsukumo. Number card. The man, apparently Devin Knox, spoke, hypnotized over. Good. The mohawked man smirked hearing that. Timmy and Anna were talking together, with Anna having a new ring on her finger as she looked at it while Timmy smiled over. It matches your eyes. It is beautiful, she admitted, smiling gently. But am I really being a bit overbearing on you with me spoiling you? Timmy asked her, a bit concerned. A little bit. Anna nodded. I appreciate you wanting to do nice things for me, but you're going a little overboard. Timmy sighed over from this. I just never had someone to use money on. Most of the time, I just donated it to charity before Grandma died. Anna nodded in understanding as she gently hugged him. I know, Timmy, I know. He hugged him back as they stayed like this for a while, having smiles together in a light embrace for a minute before they heard an explosion, and someone crying out nearby at Heartland Academy, that if Timmy recalls is where Yuma and the others head for school. What was that? Timmy asked, surprised over before he felt number archive tensing. Archive. I feel another Barian power in that direction. Number archive spoke to the two. Sometime after they reunited, Number Archive revealed he can talk to anyone who has a number, and as Anna is in possession of two of them, she can chat with him as well. That doesn't sound good. Anna frowned. Why do I have a feeling Yuma's involved? Come on, we better check this out. They nodded from Number Archive's suggestion, and they ran off into the school, where on a duel field they find Devin was there having a predatory smirk with a bear monster above him, while Ray, who has 1500 LP left, was injured on the other side. Now, Coach Captain Bearman finished this weakling off. Devin called coldly. The bear roared, charging in, and tackled Ray, who cried out, landing harsh. Ray, 0000. Winner Devin. Hey! Timmy ran over, knelling to Ray. You alright? I think so. Hey, who are you? Ray asked him. A friend. Timmy answered over with a smile before looking over at Devon. Archive? He's the next one of the Baryons' attack. Number Archive confirmed over what he's thinking. Timmy nodded over from this, standing over. Anna, can you help him get off the field? Sure, she nodded, walking over to help Ray to his feet and away from Devon. Timmy watches over before he turned to Devon. Okay, if you want Yuma, you're gonna need to get past me first. Is that so? That won't be a problem. With that, Timmy started his dual disc and readied his dual gazer just as Yuma, Tori, and their friends, having heard the commotion from looking for Ray, all arrived at the duel field. Seeing Timmy is gonna duel Devon. Huh, Timmy? Yuma asked, seeing that. When did you get here? Just now. Me and Anna were walking until we heard something, and found this duel beating a student. Timmy answered over. Archive confirmed that he's the next of the Baryons' hypnotized victims. Archive? Devon questioned. Yuma and his friends looked, seeing Anna was having Ray sit against the wall to help him recover while the duel happens. Mind helping me get him stationary while I look him over? Right. Tori nodded, running to help her. The two duelists readied on before they called over. Duel. Dueling theme, Alive by Soulbound. Timmy, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Devon, 4000. Hand, 5. Field, nothing. Let the duel commence. Timmy, first turn. I'll be taking the first move. Timmy voiced over to Devon. Fine. Devon shrugged. Timmy checked over his hand, figuring what to do, and nodded. Okay. I will start by using the spell Marketing Archive. Marketing Archive. Normal spell card. If you control no monsters, special summon one level 4 or lower Dragon Archiver monster from your deck in defense position to either player's field. If your opponent activates the effect of a Dragon Archiver monster while this card is in your GY, you can banish one card from your GY, add one Dragon Ritual monster, or one Archiver Ritual from your deck or GY to your hand. You can only activate this effect of Marketing Archive once per turn. With no monsters on the field, I can summon a level 4 or lower Dragon Archiver to either side in defense position. Timmy explained over to Devon. Wait, either side? Devon questioned, hearing that. Yeah, and I summon Galissimo to your side. Galissimo appeared on Devon's field in defense. Defense position. Dragon Archiver Galissimo. Wind. Level 3. Pendulum Scale, 1. Dragon Pendulum Tuner Effect. ATK, 1200. Def, 0. Pendulum Effect, Dragon Archiver monsters cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, you can target one Dragon Archiver monster in your GY, special summon that target in defense position to your opponent's side of the field, but during the end phase, shuffle it into your deck. Monster Effect. During your standby phase while you control this face-up card, add one monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can target up to 2 cards in your GY, shuffle them into the deck, and if you do, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the GY. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Galissimo once per turn. Devon frowns, seeing the monster. Great, anything else? I summoned Dragon Archiver Renotu. Timmy summoned another monster. Attack position. Dragon Archiver Renotu. Dark. Level 3. Pendulum Scale, 8. Dragon Pendulum Effect. ATK, 1400. Def, 500. Pendulum Effect, Dragon Archiver monsters on the field cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, if a Dragon Archiver monster you control is targeted by an opponent's attack, you can target the attacking monster, negate the attack. Monster Effect, if you take battle or effect damage, inflict the same amount of damage to your opponent. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can make that summon monster gain 1000 ATK. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Re-Notu once per turn. I set 3 cards, and end my turn. Timmy places down 3 cards. Timmy's hand, 0/field, Dragon Archiver Re-Notu, attack position, 3 set cards. Devon first turn. Then I draw. Devon drew a card. And as you do, Galissimo's mandatory effect activates. Timmy called over. What effect? Devon asked him. During your standby phase, you add a monster to your hand from your deck. Timmy answered over. What, he's letting his opponent get what he needs? Ray asked slowly as Devon searched his deck adding a card. It might look like that, but that's how Timmy duels. Yuma grinned. He's a really strong duelist and an even stronger person. And as you use the effect of a Dragon Archiver, I use my face down, Studying of the Archives. Timmy activated one of his face downs. Face up. Studying of the Archives. Continuous Trap card. Activate this card when your opponent activates a Dragon Archiver monster's effect. All monsters on the field that are special summoned using a Dragon Archiver monster as material, or that are ritual summoned by tributing a Dragon Archiver monster are treated as Dragon Archiver monsters. Once per turn, if a player activates the effect of a Dragon Archiver monster except to activate this card, their opponent can draw 1 card, and if that card is a spell/trap card, they can add that card to their hand, otherwise send that card to the GY. We will get to it at some point. Timmy voiced over to Devon. Devon merely growled as he checked his hand. Very well then, I summon Coach Captain Bearman. At that the bear from before rose up roaring. Attack position. Coach Captain Bearman. Fire. Level 8. Beast Warrior/effect. ATK, 2600. Def, 2700. Cannot be used as material for an XYZ summon, except for the XYZ summon of a Fire Warrior monster. You can normal summon this card without tributing, but its original ATK becomes 1300. Once per turn, you can make all level 4 Beast Warrior monsters you currently control become level 8 until the end of this turn. Ha! Timmy blinked surprised seeing it summoned easily. I can normal summon this card without tributing by cutting its attack points in half. Bearman growled as it grown a bit weaker. Bearman, ATK, 2600 minus 1300 is equal to 1300. Okay, well at least his monster's points are lower? Ray mentioned, trying to point out a positive part of the situation. Don't worry, Timmy's fine. Bronk told him. Then I activate Crash Bug Road. Devon activated a spell. Crash Bug Road. Quick play spell card. Each player can special summon 1 monster from their hand with the same level as one face-up level 4 or lower monster they control. We pick a monster on our field that's level 4 or lower, and summon a monster with the same level from our hands. Devon explained over to Timmy. Such as Caninitor. What rose was a centaur that has a dog-like appearance wearing armor with a small dagger, and shield wearing a helmet with a red feather growling. Attack position. Caninitor. Fire. Level 3. Beast Warrior/effect. ATK, 1500. Def, 200. Once per turn, if this card battles an opponent's monster, during damage calculation, in either player's turn you can send 1 beast, Beast Warrior, or winged beast-type monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, this card gains ATK equal to the sent monster's level x 100, until the end of the battle phase. Hold on, Timmy doesn't have any cards in his hand. Ray frowned seeing that. His opponent doesn't need to have a card in his hand to use Crashbug Road. Caswell explained over. It's like, in the end, the same principle as card destruction. That's not fair, it just gives his opponent a huge advantage. Torai frowned hearing that. This is most troubling. Astral frowned. Devon is a pro for a good reason. Timmy dealt with pros himself, but Devon is not someone he faced. Bronk admitted over. And now I activate the spell, the Bestial Morph. Devon activated a new spell. Bestial Morph. Normal spell card. Target one monster on the field, it becomes a Beast Warrior monster until the end phase. So now that monster you so kindly given me is a Beast Warrior. Gallissimo morphed into a beast form. Dragon Archiver, Gallissimo, Beast Warrior. What's the point of that move? Anna questioned. His monsters are still all different levels. Devon then raised his arm. And now Galaxy's Queen's Light. This makes all other monsters by Bearman the same level. Bearman glowed as both Gallissimo and Caninitor glowed over. Galaxy Queen's Light. Normal spell card. Target one face-up level 7 or higher monster you control. The levels of all other face-up monsters you currently control become the current level of that monster until the end phase. Dragon Archiver, Gallissimo, LV, 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. Caninitor, LV, 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. You were saying? Ray asked her. Now I overlay my 3 monsters to build the overlay network. Devon called as the 3 flew up entering the overlay network. IXYZ summon. Rank 8, Coach King Giant Rainer. At that a large blue armored warrior holding bats appeared on the field. Attack position. Treated as a Dragon Archiver monster. Coach King Giant Rainer. Fire. Rank 8. Warrior effect XYZ. ATK, 2800. Def, 2000. 3 level 8 monsters. You can detach one material from this card, draw one card and reveal it, then if it was a monster, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. You can only use this effect of Coach King Giant Rainer up to thrice per turn. Oru, 3. 2800 attack points? That's not good. Bronk frowned. And now I activate its ability. Devon rose an arm as Giant Rainer takes a unit. ORU, 3 to 2, I draw a card, and if it happens to me a monster, you take 800 points of damage. However, I cannot battle the turn I use this effect. Timmy flinched hearing that. Devon drew, and smirked showing Coach Soldier Wolfbark. I got a monster. Well, since you used a Dragon Archiver's effect, the effect of studying activates. Timmy called as his trap glowed. That's good, right? Ray asked them. He then blinked. Giant Rainer isn't a Dragon Archiver. Wait, oh, did his trap turn Giant Rainer into a Dragon Archiver? If a monster is summoned by using a Dragon Archiver on their field, they become those monsters. Bronk does quite remember the effect clear that allowed Timmy to use effects if a Dragon Archiver is on his field. As you're using an effect, I draw. And if it's a spell or trap, I add it. Otherwise, I discard it. Timmy drew checking, and discarded the card before grunting from the effect. Timmy, 3200/hand, 0. I have a bad feeling he's not done. Tori frowned staring at Devon. Well, bad luck, I can use the effect again. Devon called as Giant Rainer takes a second unit, and Devon shows a second wolf bark. Oru, 2 to 1. Timmy grunted. I use Marketing Archives effect in the graveyard. Whenever you use a Dragon Archiver's effect, I banish a card from the graveyard to add one of 2 cards to my hand. The monster he sent vanished as Timmy added a card as he gotten hit again. Timmy, 2400/hand, 1. This is really bad. Bronk frowned. He's nearly lost half his life points already. And if Devon draws another monster, he'll only have 1600 life points left. Yuma agreed. Then again, this is Timmy we're talking about here. And one more. Giant Rainer takes a unit as Devon drew. ORU, 1 to 0, checking over. Devon closed his eyes. Well, you lucked out on it. He shows Barion's Force. That spell. Yuma cried in shock seeing it. Devon then smirked. And now I activate Rank Up Magic Barion's Force. Rank Up Magic Barion's Force. Normal spell card. Target one face-up XYZ monster you control, special summon from your extra deck, one number C or CXYZ monster with the same type as that monster you control but one rank higher, by using it as the XYZ material. This special summon is treated as an XYZ summon. XYZ materials attached to it also become XYZ materials on the summoned monster. Then, if possible, detach one XYZ material from a monster your opponent controls and attach it to the summoned monster as an XYZ material. So now Giant Rainer evolves into a Chaos monster. Giant Rainer glowed flying into the overlay network. Everyone looked at the overlay network nervously only to hear voices. Ma! Master Kite, this way. Hearing that, they looked over. They saw Orbital, Kite, Heart, and Penelo. I had a feeling something was going on. Barian world, right? Kite asked quickly. Chaos XYZ change. Emerge, CXYZ Coach Lord Ultima Trainer. Lowering down was a multiple arm monster with pink chaos energy around readying on the field. Attack position. Gains extra effect. CXYZ Coach Lord Ultima Rainer. Fire. Rank 8. Warrior effect XYZ. ATK, 3800. Def, 2300. For level 9 monsters. This card cannot be targeted by card effects. If this card has an XYZ monster as an XYZ material, it gains this effect. Once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, draw one card and reveal it, then if it was a monster, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. Oru, 1. 3800 points. Heart cried in shock seeing that. It's too powerful. And now I use its ability. By using a Chaos Overlay unit, we can repeat what Giant Rainer does. Devon called over as Ultima Trainer takes its only unit. ORU, 1-0, the Barian emblem appears on his head as he called this over. Timmy, look out. Heart frowned seeing that. Timmy braced as Devon drew, and shows it as a second Bearman that Ultima Trainer attacked over, forcing Timmy to step back. Timmy, 1600/hand, 1. Timmy then blinked as a wave of fire hit Devon. Devon, 1600/hand, 6. What just happened? Ray questioned in shock seeing that. How did he take damage? Oh, I've forgotten. Timmy trailed off. Whenever I take damage, Renota's mandatory effect deals the same amount to my opponent. So, all the damage he just dealt to you is also dealt to him? That's a powerful effect. Ray admitted. Yeah, and that's only part of what Timmy can do. Yuma grinned while Kite frowned. Maybe, but he still needs to be on his guard, he pointed out. Devon growled over. Due to Genitrainer's effect, I can't attack. He then sets 2 cards. I end my turn. Okay, so does anyone have any idea for how he can turn this around? Ray asked the group. Devon's hand, /field, CXYZ Coach Lord Ultima Rainer, attack position, 2 set cards. Timmy, 1600. Hand, 2. Field, Dragon Archiver Renotu, attack position, studying of the archives, face up, 2 set cards. Devon, 1600. Hand, 4. Field, CXYZ Coach Lord Ultima Rainer, attack position, 2 set cards. Timmy second turn. Okay, I draw. Timmy drew looking over. Nodding, he activated a spell, and I activate the spell Hiring Archive. Hiring Archive. Normal spell card. If you control no Dragon Archiver monsters in the Pendulum Zones, special summon 2 level 4 or lower Dragon Archiver monsters, 1 from your deck, and 1 from your GUI, to either player's field. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Dragon monsters the turn you activate this card. During either player's turn, if a Dragon Archiver monster is targeted for a card effect, you can banish this card to negate the activation. You can only activate 1 Hiring Archive once per turn. As there are no Dragon Archiver Pendulum monsters in the Pendulum Zones, I can summon 2 Dragon Archivers, 1 from my deck, and 1 from my graveyard to either side. Timmy explained over to Devon. Summon whatever weaklings you want, they don't have a chance against my Ultima Trainer. Devon smirked. I summon Gallissimo to my field, and Kaitool to yours. Timmy shows them as Gallissimo appeared on his field while Kaitool appeared on Devon's side. Dragon Archiver, Gallissimo, attack position. Defense position. Dragon Archiver, Kaitool. Light. Level 1. Pendulum Scale, 3. Dragon Effect Tuner Pendulum. ATK, 200. Def, 900. Pendulum Effect, Dragon Archiver monsters on the field gain 300 ATK. Once per turn, if your opponent controls a Dragon Archiver monster, you can target one monster your opponent controls, and if you do, destroy it. Monster Effect. During the main phase, if you activate a trap, activate this effect, target one other card you control, destroy it. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls, destroy them. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver, Kaitool, once per turn. Anna smiled seeing the monsters. What is he up to now? Ray asked Bronk. Now level 3 Gallissimo tunes level 3 Renotu. The two flew up turning to synchronizing. LV, 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. The archives of the dragons focus on studying Flames of the King. And now the dragon that sleeps in creation will now charge in. Synchro Summon. Level 6, Red Wyvern. Red Wyvern popped up roaring from the Synchro Summon being complete. Attack position. Treated as a Dragon Archiver. Red Wyvern. Fire. Level 6. Dragon Effect Synchro. ATK, 2400. Def, 2000. 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. During either player's turn, if a monster with higher ATK than this Synchro Summon card is on the field, you can destroy the one face-up monster on the field that has the highest ATK, your choice, if tied. This effect can only be used once while this card is face-up on the field. What's that? Penelo asked Hart quietly while staying away from Ray. That was a Synchro Summon. You take a tuner, and add its level with monsters that aren't tuners together to make a Synchro monster. They don't need to be the same level. Hart answered to her. Her eyes widened hearing that as she looked at the monster. But, where are its overlay units? Synchro monsters don't have overlay units. Kite explained calmly. Devon grunted over. You want to be a tough boy. I activate my face down, bottomless trap hole. Bottomless trap hole. Normal trap card. When your opponent summons a monsters with 1500 or more ATK, destroy that monsters with 1500 or more ATK, and if you do, banish it. Since you summoned a monster with 1500 or more points, that monster is destroyed and banished. A hole opened as Red Wyvern was dropped into it. This is really bad. Ray panicked seeing that. Yuma, you might have to duel this guy after all. Too early to pull the white flag. 'Cause as he activated a trap card, Kaitool's mandatory effect activates. Timmy called over as Kaitool meditated. Now Devon is forced to destroy a card other than Kaitool itself, and destroy it. What? Devon asked shocked. That can destroy his XYZ monster. Ray realized seeing that. Devon however smirked over once he read the card's effect. Not exactly. They blinked as Devon said over. I can pick what I destroy, and Ultima Trainer can't be targeted by effects. So I have to pick my other face down. Devon's other set card was destroyed from this. Great, so his last move failed? Ray asked shocked as Hart frowned slightly. Not yet, Devon doesn't have any defense. Kite voiced over. And it looks like he still has a move to make. Kaitool's ability activates the effect of studying of the archives which allows to Timmy to draw another card, and if it's a spell or trap he can keep it. Hopefully it's a useful spell. Torai agreed. Timmy did the effect, and drew checking it over before calling. And as you activate a Dragon Archiver's effect, Marketing Archives effect in the graveyard activates. By banishing a card from the graveyard, I can add one of two cards to my hand. I banishing marketing itself. The spell vanished as Timmy added another card to his hand. What cards did he get? Bronk questioned. Now, I activate the spell Archiving Bookshelf. Timmy uses the spell he drawn. Archiving Bookshelf. Normal spell card. Add one Dragon Archiver monster or one spell/trap that lists Dragon Archiver in its text from your deck to your hand. If you do, you can target one Dragon Archiver monster you control, give control of that target to your opponent. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the GY, you can banish this card from your GY, target one Dragon Archiver monster your opponent controls, take control of that target. You can only activate one Archiving Bookshelf once per turn. I take one Dragon Archiver to my hand. Timmy added a monster before playing a card. And I activate the spell, Archiver Ritual. Archiver Ritual. Ritual spell card. This card can be used to ritual summon any dragon ritual monster. You must also tribute Dragon Archiver monsters from either player's field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. If your opponent activates the effect of a Dragon Archiver they control while you control a monster special summon from the extra deck using a Dragon Archiver monster as material, you can add this card from your GY to your hand. You can only activate this effect of Archiver Ritual once per turn. A ritual spell? Ray questioned. By tributing Dragon Archivers, I can ritual summon a dragon. And this one is a special dragon here. Keith appeared as it was sacrificed on the field. As it's the final of my dragons. The final? Torai asked, hearing that. Timmy closed his eyes. The archives of the dragons focus on studying the determined soul. And now the dragon that sleeps within the salvation is ready to grant peace to its loved ones. Ritual Summon. Level 7, Forgotten Soul Ritual Dragon. From a graveyard portal rose up a dragon different. It has dark and black scales with scars on its body with 3 large ones on its chest area where its heart resided. It has 4 talons on its arms where large wings, they are dark gray in the wings, and having long legs with 2 talons on the front, and one at the back shaping as an armored dragon. Its tail is also quite long with 2 rows of spines at the left, and right with the end having a bone almost like a wrecking ball with a sharp spike on it. It also has a long neck, a horizontal blue stripe pattern all over it at the scales with a blue underbelly on it, and its body. Its head is also shaped like a lizard's with 4 blue glowing eyes, and its snout has a small scar on it with 2 fangs present almost shaped as a vampire's with 2 horns that are straight on both sides of its head on top. Being summoned, the dragon let out a large roar. Attack position. Treated as a Dragon Archiver. Forgotten Soul Ritual Dragon. Dark. Level 7. Dragon Effect Ritual. ATK, 2500. Def, 2100. You can ritual summon this card with its own effect. If this card is in your hand, you can tribute monsters on your field, or hand whose levels exceed this card's level, then ritual summon this card from your hand. If this card is ritual summoned using only monsters on the field, you can negate the effects of all special summon monsters your opponent controls. You can tribute one other monster you control, have the ATK of all level 5 or higher monsters your opponent controls until the end phase. You can only activate each effect of Forgotten Soul Ritual Dragon per turn. What is that? Devon questioned. A kite, you ever seen that one? Yuma was quite surprised. There is now a ritual version of the dragons Timmy has. He showed us that dragon but he's never played it. Kite answered. As Keith is used to ritual summon, I take a Dragon Archiver and add him to my hand. Timmy added a card. Then I summon Dragon Archiver Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil popped up from this readying. Attack position. Dragon Archiver Yggdrasil. Wind. Level 4. Pendulum Scale, 7. Dragon Pendulum Effect. ATK, 1500. Def, 800. Pendulum Effect, Dragon Archiver monsters on the field gain 300 ATK. Once per turn, if your opponent activates the effect of a Dragon Archiver monster, you can change the effect to where it's as if you activated that effect instead. Monster effect: at the start of your battle phase, target one monster you control. That monster gains 1000 ATK until the end of the battle phase. If this card is used as material or tribute for a summon of a dragon monster, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Dragon Archiver monster from your deck to either player's field in defense position. You can only activate this effect of Dragon Archiver Yggdrasil once per turn. That won't help you, Devon told Timmy as his eyes glowed red. This duel is over. We will see. Battle, Timmy called. At the start of the battle phase, Yggdrasil gives Forgotten Soul 1000 points. Yggdrasil meditated as Forgotten Soul roared. Forgotten Soul, ATK, 2500 plus 1000 is equal to 3500. And I used the face down, Forbidden Archive. Timmy used another face down. Forbidden Archive. Quick play spell card. Target one face-up monster on the field that was special summoned by a Dragon Archiver monster. Until the end of this turn, the target gains 600 ATK for each special summon monster your opponent controls. Also, if it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. During your standby phase, you can banish this card from your GY. Both players draw one card. For every special summon monster on your field, Forgotten Soul gains 600 points. And if he destroys a monster in battle, you take 1000 points of damage. Timmy called over. Forgotten Soul, ATK, 3500 plus 600 by 2 equals 4200. 4200 points. Devon cried in disbelief. And now Forgotten Soul attack Ultima Trainer. Fell Carrier Strike. Enveloped in green energy as it shot up, Forgotten Soul shot down, tackling Ultima Trainer, destroying it as Devon grunted over. Devon, 1200/hand, 4, then gravity built around him making him grunt more. Devon, 0200/hand, 4. This duel isn't over yet, he told Timmy. It is. Timmy disagreed, calling. Now Yggdrasil attacked Kaitol. Yggdrasil charged in as Kaitol readied before Timmy called. And I activate Archiver Defense. Archiver Defense. Normal trap card. When a Dragon Archiver monster declares an attack, negate that attack, and if you do, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. During your main phase, except the turn this card is sent to the GY, you can banish this card from your GY, and one Dragon Archiver monster on both players' fields. Draw two cards. You can only activate this effect of Archiver Defense once per turn. If a Dragon Archiver attacks, this trap card cancels it. Timmy called as Yggdrasil stops the attack. Why would you stop your attack? Ray questioned. 'Cause once the attack is stopped, the trap also deals 1000 points of damage. Yuma recalled when he dueled Timmy the first time, he tried attacking with Yggdrasil, yet Timmy stopped it, but this time Timmy attacked, and used the trap for its damage effect. Devon's eyes widened. What? Kaitol turned, firing a light attack at Devon, causing him to cry out. Timmy, 1600. Hand, 0. Field, Forgotten Soul Ritual Dragon, attack position / treated as a Dragon Archiver Yggdrasil, attack position. Studying of the archives, face up. Devon, 0000. Hand, 4. Field, Dragon Archiver, Kaitol, defense position. Timmy wins. Timmy sighed from this as the Barian emblem vanished from Devon's forehead. He did it. Yuma grinned. Wow, that was amazing. Ray admitted. Devon slowly gets up, rubbing his head. Okay, what just happened? Are you all right? Torai asked him. I think so. Devon admitted before he blinked, looking around. How did I get here? Where's that boy who wanted me to sign his card? Huh, what do you mean? Yuma asked him. Some kid came to me while I was readying for my lesson. Devon admitted over. A tall, muscular kid with a mohawk who came to ask me to sign his card. I don't know anyone like that. Torai admitted. Do you, Bronk? No, I've never seen anyone like that. Bronk admitted, though Ray briefly frowned and Penelope flinched hearing that. Well, you should probably get out now before they come back, Caswell suggested to Devon. Yeah, right. He nodded uncertainly before walking off. Timmy walked over to them as Devon left. Will he be all right? Timmy nodded before noticing Ray, and looked over. By the way, who is this? Ray Shadows. I'm a huge fan of Yuma, and now you too. That was amazing. Ray smiled with a friendly grin. Timmy blinked over, now taking a look at him with a sense finding him familiar. Hey, this might sound odd, but have we met? Huh, no, I don't think so. Ray admitted. One M ago. Timmy stared over before bowing over. Sorry, it was probably me being tired is all. I mean, we went to the dentist, I got Anna a new ring, and now that duel happened. Ring? Kite and Hart turned to Anna. She blushed slightly, showing them the ring. He needs to stop spending so much on me though. Oh wow, Purdy. Kathy said in awe, seeing it. How much is it? $1,000. Timmy said like it isn't a big deal. $1,000 for that thing? Bronk asked in shock, seeing it. I wanted to get the one that's $5,000, but Anna stopped me, saying the $1,001 is better. Timmy admitted over with a sweat drop. You're pretty wasteful with your money when it concerns Anna, you know that? Kite asked him, which Timmy flinched hearing that before he looked down sheepish. I think it's sweet. Penelope whispered. Huh, Penelope? Hart asked, hearing that. What did you say? She just looked down, blushing as everyone looked over, noticing her as Ray's eyes widened, but nobody else noticed. You know, you two should get a room. Flip admitted to Hart, and Penelope, seeing how close the two are. We're brother and sister. Hart cried, blushing. Really? We haven't heard that you are. Flip admitted. Hart looked at Yuma, who shrugged over. Hey, no adoption was made, you guys just took her in 'cause she needed a home. From what Yuma said, he thinks that as there was no adoption made, it doesn't make Hart and Penelope siblings at that point. Hart's eyes widened as he began to badly blush. I think that's a great idea, we should set up a date the Ray way. Ray grinned, causing Penelope to shudder before, without thinking, she moved behind Astral to hide from him. Astral blinked over from this as he looked at her, and tried turning, only to freeze at feeling his hand against Penelope's. This, what? Huh, Astral? Yuma asked. What's wrong? Sorry, Yuma. Me and her need to talk alone for a sec. Astral admitted to her. Yuma blinked. How can you do that? She can touch me. Astral answered over. And I can assume she can hear me too. Yuma's eyes widened at that. Well, how can you talk to her alone? Aren't we kind of always together? Maybe head in the key? Timmy suggested over to them. I mean, you and Kite entered the Emperor's key one time, so maybe she and him can enter for a private chat? It's worth a try. Astral at that raised a hand, opening a portal before he turned to Penelope. This way. He turned, entering the portal. She looked nervous but followed him. The portal closed behind at this, but Hart looked over to Kite. What do you think he wants to talk about? I don't know. Kite admitted. In the Emperor's key? In a location where a ship is at, a portal opened as Astral flew into before being joined by Penelope a second later, and the portal closed behind her. Her eyes widened as she turned to where the portal was and shivered slightly. Now that we are alone, we can talk. Astral turned over to her with crossed arms. Let's start with the most obvious one. Who are you? I'm Penelope, she replied nervously. That much is apparently, but I meant who you really are. Astral stated over to her. Like what exactly are you? She flinched at that, taking a step back. Seeing this, Astral frowned over. I'm sorry. I must have been hostile towards you without thinking. Forgive me. He bowed over to her. Her eyes widened slightly. Are you the original? The original number? She nodded over to his question, which Astral confirmed over. I am. Gasping, Penelope looked down before beginning to glow as she took her true form. Please. I'm scared, they're after me. Astral blinked, shocked from this as her true form is revealed. You're Barian and Astral together? She just nodded. Yes, I am. Just then Astral felt a buzz in his head as he stared at her, finding her familiar. Realizing this, Astral knew how he can find out. Quick, let me see the number card you have. Blinking, she nodded, drawing number 98, Antitopian, and giving it to him. Astral takes it, viewing as it glowed. Memory sequence. Astral was in a room with a violet Barian woman in a red chaos-like world, with the woman holding something to her as she turned over with a smile, or what seemed like a smile, on her mouthless face. Hey daddy, say hi to Penelope. Astral turned over towards the bundle in her arms to see. It was a baby Penelope looking at him with curious wide eyes. I can hardly believe this was possible. Astral admitted, looking at her. Well, let's give her a grand life, the woman Barian smiled as the memory faded. Astral, out of the memory, widened his eyes in shock as his grip on the card loosened but didn't drop it. Oh dear me. They're after me, and I'm scared, she shivered. Astral looked at her before floating, and hugged her close. Penelope shivered, hugging him back with tears. That wraps up this part of What If Dragon deck user in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. Thanks so much for listening. As always, new parts drop every 4 days, so be sure to stay tuned. Also check out my Patreon channel for early releases of all the series, where you can find all the series released 1 day ahead of YouTube. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and please consider supporting the original author as well. See you in the next one.